Hello and welcome to Demo Shot. Today we take a look at the Pale Beyond demo, which is also available throughout the Steam Next Festival, October 2022. So yeah, it's going on right now, and it is, ends on 10th of October, I think. So yeah, the Pale Beyond. This is kind of a resource management game. I'm not quite sure what it's like. I mean, it's about an expedition you lead to the Arctic, I think. But what the actual kind of gameplay is, yeah, guess we'll have to figure that out right now. Let's give that a shoot check. I hate that when it does that. Okay. Let's go for that. Accessibility, achievements, data management. Okay. Apply. And back. Okay. Let's dive right in. Oh, the air be cold. Cold, flake and white, as a sailor begs their pledge. To the eyes they pray that leads reveal. Praise themselves, okay. Let's take a claim. To the eyes they pray that leads reveal. Some charted course ahead. Souls around, if glory found, if homes they'll dream. Let's use that one. Shielding fear, dividing up their dread. Hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lad. What will you do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? And to live a life out here. I'll lead these souls, so help me go. Out of the pale beyond. Let's begin our journey. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in event of success. Dress over leaf. Where can I sign? You're alone in the office. Tea in your hand is long since gone cold. I'd rather coffee. Ah, perfectly adequate. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. The desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. I find it rather calming. Dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. The room is sweltering, the air stiff and stale. Keep waiting. Your footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. Remain standing. Door behind you swings open. Captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all of your teeth? Okay. I have enough to get by. Open mouth. I'm Shaw. Okay. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience? Well, it probably does, right? How many people have died under your supervision? That's a tough question. None would probably be a lie. I mean, I don't know. Don't appreciate this line of questioning. More than I'd care to admit. Let's go for none. I mean, you're either perfect for the job or a liar. Yeah, exactly. Or you've never been in command. Which is it? If I was a liar, would I be in this room? Please take a seat. Thank you. Yeah, it's polite. Chair's uncomfortably large. The seat feels worn. I'm Captain Hunt. The pleasure is mine. Robin Shaw. He nods. On your desk. What ship is that? Ah, this. Detailed, isn't it? Oh, isn't she? Incredibly. An old sailor's superstition. I hope you weren't waiting for too long. Is this a waste? Told it's worth the wait. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Let's go with that. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. I would say there was glory to it now. All seems a bit convoluted for a sailing job. Keep listening. Months of darkness. Low wages. Slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Quite the opposite. That's why I'm here. Okay, let's go with that. A thirst for adventure then. He winks. I'd keep that to yourself around the other sailors. They might drown you in it. I have a few questions first. Okay, this seems to be more like an application. Okay. He looks down at the list of his questions. Were you born a landlubber or sea dog? If I knew, I'd tell you. I've been all over. Okay, go with landborn. I'm from the city, but made my way to the sea eventually. Military experience. Only evading them. Yeah, that's nice. Sailed the merchant lines 12 years. Colonial. I guess these will end up in kind of perk result or something like that, or our stats. Well, let's go with a merchant then. Oh, come on. Colonial. Royal Admiralty, 2 tours. In what circumstances did you leave? In one piece. That's a good answer. I like that. Yeah, exactly. You'd be surprised how many can't even say that. You ever fired a weapon? Yes. Have you ever killed a man? Directly or otherwise? Probably, yeah. I see. You're not married, are you? I would like that. You sure they're fine with you leaving for this long? We've been through worse. One must believe they returned to justify leaving any family in the first place. Yours is counting on that. Let him continue. Let him continue. We're here to find the ship and that bottle. Ooh. Oh. The Viscount. Heard of it? No. Enlighten me. He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Might have heard of them. Viscount, strange name for shit, did they? Might have heard of them. If they found it, I might have heard of them. She never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land. Presumed lost to the ice. We're supposed to be chasing the ship. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation. They're probably dead. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. What are we doing? We're supposed to check that research. I'm going to need more than rumors about lost ships if I'm putting my life at risk. Naturally, here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. Until now. Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. Where are they now? Dead, but their testimony seems to have outlived them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will. And, well, my judge of character has gotten me this far. What of your crew? Quite the mix, a work in progress. Some I've known for years. They get in on trust and experience. Others, well, they interview. Any impressed you? That remains to be seen. We do have transport though. We'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty. Greenwood, generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance. They're sister ships. Built together. Sent out into this world to die alone. Poetic? Indeed. I like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottle ship. So what do you think? Sounds like you'll need all the help you can get. We will. Captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. The captain stands up. We'll leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Ooh, we get the job, huh? Proverbially speaking. Don't you need more information? Not if I'm a captain worth his salt. I work with people, not professions. I'd sooner trust a good carpenter than a cruel sailor to save me from drowning. But alas, I see you on the Temperance. I have a good feeling about you, Shaw. That makes one of us. Thank you, Captain. Captain makes his way to the door, and you follow. All right. You arrive at the docks a month to the day. Before you lies a ship. Letters on the side spelling Temperance. Approach the Temperance. Okay. It's very beautifully drawn, I have to say. It's very, very nice visuals. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. Speak to the man. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. Colonial. A military gate. Sharply dressed man. You must be Hunt's pick for first mate. I figured he'd keep it in the ranks. Good man. Okay. That brought us some respect. He extends an arm. Richard Templeton. A pleasure. Of course we shake hands. You accept his offer of a handshake. It's a considered shake. I shall be operating as the chief science officer on this expedition. I'm also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. Well, brings some good mood to the party, eh? Fairly sad to all disposable. What did you specialize in? Applied botany. Ooh. The ice is there. That's reassuring. Miss Templeton, I look forward to work with you together. Sorry. I expect you to be up for the task. Some of the layabouts Hunt hired are questionable at best. No doubt I need inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite a task ahead. The rebel I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned to the role otherwise. Oh, week 0, morning. Okay, 12 degrees. There we go. Seafolk are known to be unruly. I will do my best to keep them in line. I likely have more in common with the crew than I do yourself, okay? More than enough experience with a crew of this nature. Oh yeah, we could go back to our military heritage. Swear not to be unruly. I will do my best to keep them in line. Okay, and that's because I'm came out of the city. What do we do? City or military? City or military? I don't know. Let's go for the military one. I have more than enough experience with a crew of this nature. That is comforting to hear. It would seem for most of the crew that Captain favored personal history over expertise. It is good to know he found the capable sort for such a vital role. Let me know when you're ready to depart, and make sure to savor these last moments on land. The less valuable time we waste here, the better. Alright. Okay. Can't move anywhere, but... this city will be gone for quite a while. It will be some time before you see the city again. Okay. A young man. A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Okay, there we go. A Temperance. Hans' description of the ship was accurate. This looks beautiful. Near identical to the Viscount, bearing some modern additions. Alright. Well, let's get going. Set sail. Week 1 on the Temperance. There you go. Pile me on. It's been a month. Hunger draws the desperate here. Oh, there you go. Okay. We were writing that. Takes these souls to help the birds out of the pale beyond. First mate Sean, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on. 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. Who is paying for this? The Temperance. That morality had nothing like this. She's magnificent. A technical marvel. Elegant machinery expertly weaved through one of the fastest hardwood ships of its day. Reborn for this mission, breathing again with life, she's simply magnificent. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I trust the captain. The captain seems a trustworthy sort. And he probably has been through a lot. Wow, those drawings are incredible. This is so cool. Experience alone justifies his position. There aren't many who make out the other end of naval military service with all their limbs, let alone his vigor. He's not telling the whole truth. Can't shake the feeling that he's not telling the whole truth. Mustn't let my guard down. I do find myself warming to the man. Mustn't let my guard down. enigmatic indeed. Mustn't let my guard down. So who's paying for this? Can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Such exquisite modifications to the ship mustn't have come cheap. I should investigate further. As for the rest of the crew, there are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice, to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. I sailed worse. That morality had its rot, just like anywhere else. Right, sign off. One of Hunt's sailor approaches. Joe, Captain wants you at the helm. Do we ask that? No, we don't. Good, I want to see him. Rumpf. Okay. Maybe he wanted to start a chat. He leaves. Oh, there you go. Okay. Crow's Nest. Forecastle. Join Hunt at the helm and Captain's cabin. Can we? Okay. Crow's Nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join at the next port. Okay. Can we end there? The forecastle door appears to be locked. Captain's cabin is shut tight. Okay. It's busy at the helm, so let's join the captain. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin. Lovely day for it, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of the sailing. He winks. Why? Can't afford to go rusty in my old age. Okay. Never know when you're going to have to get your hands dirty. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm on that morality? Never felt it right, not for me. Not too for me. Here, why don't you ever try? Oh, come on. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Used to pan around. Okay. The memory in your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Easy. There, you have it. Captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Peaceful, isn't it? All right. It's neat. Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings menu. Okay, yeah. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Okay, let's get it. There we go. Ooh, he even has a top. Take requests. Leave. Okay, so it's week 1 morning. I hope we don't waste time while we're looking there. Pristine finished tub. Secured to the floor. A luxury to be had on the ice. Painting. Classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with the Kraken. Landborn. You're unsure of its of any historical significance, though recognize the ship as the galleon of Captain Hamish. The desk. Make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you don't recognize. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Alright, take requests. Midday. You take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you. Now, let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed up to this expedition, ourselves included. That's 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You're only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise deployed to another post. We'll be picking up the scouting crew at next port. A lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will tear itself apart if you end up the week with no decorum left. We have enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. Crew members will start to develop scurvy and be unable to work should you end the week with no food left in the hoosh pot. Alright. And more than enough fuel to see us there and back again. You will all freeze to death if you end the week with no fuel in the furnace. The sledding docks, well, they're still a matter of negotiation. Docks will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather resources on the ice. Now, on to work. She looks like she's in a hurry. Should start with her. Cordell, have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point, eh? Sure, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell here is to provide us with a kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island. But you neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask from a whole kennel. It's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. And never before has a seller made such a strong demand. What exactly are those demands? She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None on this ship have experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you're taking them to such a brutal occasion, they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. Humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts? You're Sandman, we accept your offer. Well, I would go for the first one. I don't see the harm in having an expert on the sled dogs. point, Shaw. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management of ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them. And I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard, Cordell. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. I'll have a room prepared for you below deck. Okay. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. Hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. Well, there we get the dogs, right? That's definitely very important. Corvid. A sailor enters. We found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. Captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. Runt. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I did, sir. Ha! How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight, sir. Do you know your jibboom from your bowsprit? I do. I learned it all from my dad. Your dad? He's Ward's son. Followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Smurf. Well, Shaw. Hunt eyes you up. Your first mate. What should we do with him? Probably has a reason, otherwise he wouldn't do it. Maybe he has legacy with one of the crewmates of the ship that's lost. I don't know. We probably won't get that far, but I'd keep them aboard. Hunt squints. Why? His father is... Oh, okay. Oh. About the ship. Makes the most sense for me. You'll need all the help you could get. This young man wants to help. I'd say we'll let him. Alright, boy. Consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. I will. Thank you, sir. Captain, not sir. Aye, Captain. The stowaway joins the two sailors below deck, now a member of the crew. Well, it seems the litter has a new runt. I hope the rest won't mind sharing the rations. Yeah, that's what I thought. What of the father? Takes should come from his. I don't know, that's a bit harsh, is it? Anyway, Anyway, don't know what will happen later, but I doubt he intended for this to happen. We'll keep an eye on them both. I suppose you're right. Well, that matter's sorted. Okay. Finish requests. Now that that's all settled, I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another. The Stoke brothers? Who are they? You have met all the crew yet? Stokes have been serving me for years. They'll be down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Okay, guess we should do that. Join the figure balancing on the mast. Forecastle. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Cassia Belfort, balanced on the ship's mast with the camera, lining up a photo. How's the view up there? You startled a woman. Cause her to fall, nearly drop her camera. Yepper retrieved the device and untangled herself from the rigging. That was a close shave, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer of this ship. Cassia Belfort. You seem to already know my name. Ah, nice to meet you, Cassia. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Cassia Belfort won the Fender Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. We expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely the first time on the sea like this. The proof is all we have. Unless we devise a way to bring the Viscount back with us. Her proof is all we have. Exactly. The cold game. Picture that as a header. What's the code game? What? For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. Not the creative type, I'm sure you'd know better. Yeah, this isn't a game, Cassia. An expedition like this isn't light business. Cassia nods eagerly. But you can tell she's not really listening. Oh right, of course. It is thrilling though, isn't it? Oh, cool. I suppose someone of your experience finds it all boring at this point. Trip to the ice may seem dull compared to the Royal Admiralty. You know who I am? Of course, I thoroughly researched the crew of the Temperance. May seem somewhat excessive, but I feel it's necessary for proper chronicling. That and plenty of pictures. Don't worry, Sean. You don't have a reputation that sets you apart from the rest. That's great to hear. A celebrity like Kurt Darling's presence will dwarf any rumors that could form around you. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Sean. How long did they take to develop? Captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. Okay, let's ask that. How long did it take to develop? Only a day or two. I've made a makeshift darkroom in the hold. Speaking of photographs, Shan's an annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Well, there you go. Alright, sailors. Undiscovered. Okay. Timmy Rand Ward. Can I select them? No. Okay, so he's a sailor, stowaway, and saltborn. Tell me those guys. Killian, Smurf Sanders, Sailor Ice Savvy, Emilia, Corvette Sparrow, Sailor and Ice Savvy, Joseph Joe Gran, Sailor and Ice Savvy. Okay, what else do we got? Scouts, engineers, scientists, specialists, Rufus Hunt, Captain, Ice Savvy, Matt Wash, Richard Templeton, Science Officer of Landborn, Kasha Balfour, Photographer of Landborn, Robin Shaw, Landborn Colonial. Oh, we don't even have a picture. Come on. Resource cards and key items. Camera. Kasha's camera. Regulatory report and the crew manifest. Accordion. Grim laser accordion. Weathered instrument. Tuned with care. Okay. Alright. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidding me from their boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. Should we already get strict? I mean, nah. Should keep the tensions up after we left the port, but right now it's just a voyage to the port. Thank you, Kasha. She smiles. I'll not disturb you if you work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. I'll leave her to her work. Okay. We survived that one. Descent below deck. Oh, 2 Johns. Still midday, okay. Spot a large man on the jovial gate, carrying a heavy crate over his shoulders with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Sean. He gives a bright, warming smile. 2 Johns. That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. 2 Johns attempts to offer a handshake, but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work awaits. One available crew. He is one of the sailors, okay. Nice. Captain's cabin. Forecastle. Oh, still locked, okay. You can hear the cannon master preparing the room inside. Okay. Let's get in there. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't expect that to be in several different decks. Okay, can we... Oh, okay. Ooh, there you go. Okay, okay. Nice. Approach the coordinates, approach the cook. Well, howdy, guys. I don't know. Well, let's go to that guy. One of the crew, a red-headed man with a thick beard, sits proud, playing on an ivory accordion. He spots you and seizes in his playing. Need something? Nice accordion. Do you mind if I see? Accordion player takes a step back as you approach. Uh-oh. Can see from there. No touching. He's just looking for the Stoke brothers. Emergency? As long as you're not loafing around like you, it'll be... Just a meeting with Hunt. You're speaking to one of them. Grimley Stoke. There you go. We'll head up after dinner. You can go now. Man gestures to the cook across the room before resuming his playing. Call the crew for dinner. Well, that wasn't that friendly, but yeah, at least it wasn't a horrible mistake. Wait. He's probably the other guy? Not sure. Call the crew for dinner, maybe. Or should we check upstairs again? Let's see. Is there anyone around here? Well, no. Okay. Let's do that one. The crew have their meal. Passes in relative silence. And it's evening. 3 degrees Celsius. Whoa. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Over dinner, you overhear the newly picked up stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. But you're lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. Half a mind to do that myself. Come on, Da. I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. You're an impossible child, Timmy. Okay. Let's check him out. Duck, run, star, ward. Amputee, okay. I will see. Oh, he's a specialist. Oh, he's the carpenter. Okay, deployed. Okay, who's around here? Who are you, Mr. Gloss? You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the middeck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from the cabin. Let me look at the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Oh, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossley. Apologies. I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. Bottle of wine, actually. Best not be drinking on the job. Oh, of course not. Have to keep the sense sharp in this work. My wife and I bought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Okay. That went well. He's probably a specialist? No? Oh, scientist. Right, Mr. Glossley. That's a cool name. What's that? Enter your... Oh, I have a cabin. Well, hey. Open your journal. It's evening. Okay. Guess we can continue that at night or just before sleep. Let's go upstairs. Ooh, nice. Templeton. The ocean. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite a change. It will be quite some time before we return home. I noticed you ran at dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin, and I make use of it. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There is a great expectation upon us, officer. From who? Who's the benefactor of ours? That is not for you to know. Not yet. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection on the ocean's surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight, but I won't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested. E to advance to the next week. Okay. No, I don't. Not now. Oh, well, I guess we have to. Oh. Food rations. The food rations per crew member this week. Normal. Okay, so it's 2 food per crew. Fuel rations, the fuel spend of the week. Double. Well, what does double bring us? Maybe more heat later on? I don't know. Half? Do we need that already? We still leave it in normal. I have no idea. Confirm rations. Ship makes its last port at the Whale Tail Island. Corbel sledding dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Dowling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. Start next week. On the Temperance. Ew, it's -4 already. There's a rap on your cabin door. Come in. The door swings open to reveal Kurt Dowling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I know little of the man. It's an honor. I mean, I actually don't know. We don't know much of him. Should we stick to the rules? Let's play the game. It's an honor, really. A wealth of invaluable experience in such hostile environments. No wonder he's not been swept up to some other post. Hiding away from the rest of us, aren't you? Always this early to rise? Do you need something of me, Kurt? I'm not the sort to demand favors, Officer Shaw. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. Something of a celebrity, aren't you? Is that brag? Okay. That's right, you're something of a celebrity, aren't you? I take that to mean you haven't heard of me before. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? This grandstanding. This crew don't seem to seem the film-going type. Well, yes, most were born in the sea to begin with. But it is good to know even those old films can inspire. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up deck. This hunt require my presence. No. We finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'm right behind you, Kurt. Let's go for it. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. Har. Added to the manifest. He leaves. So he's, yeah, he's the specialist. Engineer, scientist. So he's simply not listed? Huh. Where could he be? Anyway. Week 2, okay. Oh wait. Oh, that's what it said, yeah, when we switched the week. Okay. So yeah, let's get up. Doctor's office. Where's the glass? What is Mrs. Glass? You know one of the science team returned to their room. Kurt. Ah, Mrs. Glass. Oh, that's Mrs. Glass. Okay. Did you have a good rest? Holy macaroni. What a guy. She nods to you. Ah, hello. Didn't expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glassley. I believe I've met your husband. Ah, yes. Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted to the ship well. I believed a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. With that, Mrs. Glass makes her way back to her cabin. The science team aren't used to the sea, nor the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll grow used to them over time, har. Okay, one available clue, crew. Landborn, okay. They both are. The doctor's office remains locked. Seems the good doctor isn't in, perhaps enjoying his sleep. We're yet to come across the ship's doctor, even after all this time. Well, okay. Just... oh. Well... I have a crew is still fast asleep, lying in hammocks. Best not disturb them, Sean. You don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly woken sailor. Let us head up deck. The sound of snoring are rather obnoxious. Sounds nice. Okay, let's get upstairs. Saved game to 3. What? Okay, whatever. Oh, very nice. So how do we actually get rations then? Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. The helm. The stern, you notice an older sailor at the helm. The old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. And a good morning to you too. Eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, should be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad side. This is all for you. Just keeping her steady. surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the insular type. He is. He must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. Hunt doesn't have much fondness for the military, but it at least means you've got the work ethic. Warnings like these are about the only peace I get from the boy and from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Matthew returns his attention to the helm. As you get older, I suppose you learn to value the quiet moments, eh? Let us hope we're just as diligent when we're old and grey. Myself before you, of course. Another one, crew added. You're sailor, right? Lefty. Lefty is a cool nickname. Okay, captain's not in there. John Kurt at the bow. You're John Kurt at the bow of the ship. Both feel the temperance break the flows below you. Gripping your wailing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing beneath rises and the ship mounts an impending ice flow. There's a moment's hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, skating across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. It's just ice current chunk it to There's going to be plenty more where it came from. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be. Then you're in the right place. How far are we from land? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, you can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for the daylight. Won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, this course is going to get thicker. Looks out across the white. Won't be so confident, and the leads dry up and we're stuck here until the next cycle. We need to change course, avoid the pack. Eyes when it comes to that. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. Enough supplies when it comes to that. It's not my decision. Yes, but you have the captain's ear. If you ever experienced the long night winter, it's not pleasant to say the least. Can't say I have. We're only as good as the unhappiest man, Robin. Do what I can. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Kurt nods and turns back to look across the ice. Well, we try to stay politely, but yeah. Steadily. Like I've always missing out on something, but just following procedure. Oh, requests again. Let's get that rolling. Ah, Shaw. Ready for another day of work. Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Aye, he had a few words to share. He may have been an expert in his time. These days, Kurt is one with more money than sense. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. May have noticed the line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Okay, Hammond. Sorry, guys. This reminds me of Top Gear on the Grand Tour. Okay, let's call in Hammond. A short, surf-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. Angry engineer, are you acting daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Sure, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team, and we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this. Sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know, I've already assigned Smurf on a matter. Guess he's gone. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3, or... Open the crew manifest to choose how many sailors you wish to assign. Alright, let's see. Where do I need to put them, actually? Got 8 at my disposal, right? Wish to assign crew? How do I? Assign crew? The feeling of actually screwing up when I... Is this card's key items? No. Oh, there you go, okay. Next card's allowed 4, main cards require 1. Alright. Sailor Saltborn. Wait, do we have... Take the little guy in there. Lefty. That side aged. John, 2 Johns, John. Amelia Corbett Sparrow. Let's give him 2, right? We'll give him 2. Can take Rhonda Corbett. You're giving me the bloody stowaway? Okay, that was to be expected, right? Would you rather not? Engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But you can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. Ooh, that's grim. Good spirit, that one. Beneath the oil and the temper. We won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to bury himself into the boiler room. Okay, let's go with Kasha. Captain Shaw. I thought occurred to me. Probably a thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and well, might be too late for this now that we've already entered the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew for your report. report. Not only my report, it would be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew have served me for years, some decades. I have a little problem putting faces to the names. Your thoughts, Shaw? It's a bit late, but it's now or never. May as well get it over with. Good point. But maybe you could sound a little more enthusted. Well, Belfort, I see no problem there. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain Shaw. And in the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. She departed satisfied. Well, at least one. Let's bring a Corvette. Hunt, you asked for a report on how the stowaway was doing. I want to see if the young boy has been settling in well. He has indeed. Means another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard and doesn't ask much. He has his dad to guide him as well. I'm sure the boy's father is ecstatic. Worried sick, bad happy, aye. Well, what do you know, Shaw? Perhaps we were right to keep the boy aboard. She leaves. Get that sorted out. Good to have all that settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. The man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice. He's free to search for it. Shaw, meet with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want his scouts set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that. Then you'll be done for the day. The rigging. Speak to the navigator, the simple deck. Approach the sick young man. Oh, we got a sick young man. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. Ooh, who's that? Figure lands on their feet, before dusting themselves off. Outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Acrobatic scout. Ah, no problems. She looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw. Yourself? Flick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics, if you were worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Okay. Scouts are here, right? Rope savvy, ice savvy, islander. Okay. Let's go to here. Oh, he's seasick. Oh. You spot a youthful looking man looking over the side of the ship. His head slumped as he looks into the ice pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. The medicines. Are you okay? You speak out and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot you, his eyes widening in shock as he does. A spectacled young man, shaking with unease, stares at you for a brief moment, the look of shame plastered upon his face. The spectacled lad, sorry. Should be able to handle the waves. Haven't seen you around. Who are you? Looks like the doctor, maybe? I'm very sorry. Arthur turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. What? He's the doctor, yeah. I was expecting that. Crap, he's sick. That's not good. Listen, you overheard two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Ah, Quilty. You're Eric the Third. Any trouble settling in? No, not too bad. I can't wait for a chance to sleep though. Proper navigator never rests until the work is done. Of course. I take it you had no issue settling in. Not at all. The crew are fun lot. All crew certainly caught their attention. Hard. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Hard, perhaps. Oops, I say Islander. Okay, they're all three have the same feats. Good sailor. Better get to Kurt first. Kurt, send me up there. I'll get you a reading. Scientist eyes the man's cane and turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. Navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading. Scout from Crow's Nest. Coolly quill. You're third. They ascend to the nest and take a reading with the sexton. Glorious sight, if I say so myself. Orca Island. Hell. Viscount Island. Okay, that's where we need to get, probably. Return. Last known location of the Viscount, your destination. Okay, this is Orca Island, the last port you made, where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. Okay. Map. Okay, that brings us to the map, okay. What is Q? Oh. Okay, you even have ice drift in there, okay. They're forming. Oh, holy cow. That's a lot to attend to. Probably somewhere around there. Okay. Send that to the captain. Seem like it. Open your journal. Nothing to write right now. Pumps. Let's enter the pumps. Okay. Not much to do right now. Probably later on. What are those? The pantry. Ooh! The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. Gnomes? Heh, Junior. The hell was that? Gnomes? You wipe the floor off you before continuing. tin food? You left a crate of tins from the shelves. Okay, what the heck? Hooded sailor. You spot a suspicious looking sailor emerge from the pantry. The hooded sailor spots you, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Mysterious sailor. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Black, but call me gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. You best have a good explanation then. I hadn't considered that, but now I'll take you at your word. An honorable man. Expected you to interrogate me more. No worries. I was just setting up a practical joke. What? Best not be making a mockery of the crew. And what is that practical joke? Not going to spoil the surprise. It's not at your expense, if that's your concern. I have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? The mysterious chap said, Gnome scurries off to the upper decks to return to work. Skylar Plague. Where's he added? Specialists, maybe? Tin food, okay. Sealed sustenance, prepared by the Britannic Company. Epperton. Okay, so we can finally talk with the cook. Junior. Ah, you must be Shaw. That's probably the other red hair guy. Seems you've met my brother already. You're in Stoke. But nobody calls me that. This ship, I'm known as Junior. You see more. Should we face him with that directly? Let's. Ah, you definitely met Grimly. He's not the bad sort, my brother. Just to the point. He decides if he likes you right quick. Ah, one step ahead of me. If you add those tins to the hoosh, we should be good for dinner. What will it be today? Feed the hoosh pot? I don't know. Why not? It's 5 minus 5. Tin food? I don't know. Let's do it. Okay. You get anything more? No. Let's leave it there. The hoosh pot. Okay. Oh, can we get in there again? Something more happens? No. Okay. Cool. Anything to do? Or left to do? Crew have their meal. Oh, what's up there? Aye. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. Will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. That's a nice thought. Crew return to their posts. Hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You notice 2 sailors passing by from the dinner table. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs leaning on the shoulder of another. Inebriated sailor. Ah, good times, good times.
Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker.
But I'm fine. My mates can carry me, eh? Cavity. They can also drop you. Have 2 Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Shit. What just happened? Rev, Cavity June, and Tolson Tucker Hicks. Alrighty. Door? No response. Okay. At least we tried. Listen. You overhear 2 engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear 1 engineer speaking with another. Do you know the chief could stay down there all evening? Grips and Dick, wow. You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night at that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. I think it's figurative. Right. Okay, we got the engineering team, did we? Ricky Dick Vlogs and Gareth Cripps Forsetter. The names are cool. Captain's cabin? Turned in for the evening, okay. Forecasting. Oh, there you go. Approach the dogs. Ingrid Caudle added to manifest. Dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. Ah, come on. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. Surprisingly tasty. Palatable. You feel yourself warming up. You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there is only so much. If you want more, it will be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin, some blubber, fats and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was this something you needed? Just inspecting the animals? Where did they come from? It's hard to tell the exact breeds at this point. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. Been in the ice for a long time. Who's that beside you? This is Stanberry. Bark. Been on the ice for a long time. A long time, yes. Strong animal. Very. They handle stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to learn from them. You love these animals? They need me. And you will need them. Can we pet him? That's right. You ruffle its head. It tries to lick the breath from your fingers. Okay. Good fellas there. Something up there? Nope. That's so cool music. Really like that. Okay, guess we can door? Still no response. Can hear the sounds of rustling inside. After knocking on the door several times, finally swings open to reveal one of the Templeton science team. Oh, look at that. Annoyed scientist. Yes. Do you require my presence? Acquainting myself with the crew. Who are you? You have an official disguise for that. You should know. I'm a meteorologist of this expedition. Andre Isaac. If I'm not required for anything, I would ask not to be disturbed any further. Well, he's polite. Not. Scientist landborn. Okay, we got that sorted out. Okay, we can end the day, can we? that, or the week. -2 and normal to per crew member. Fuel spend on the week. Normal. Stay to normal for now. Another week passes. Temperance has finally entered the thick ice leads. The days grow ever brighter. Oh, -8 degrees. Okay. Getting colder by the day. Weeks on the Temperance. Open your journal. Something's up down here. Nope. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Okay, now if we... go to the map, that one is just one solid block now. So we have to get around, I think. Don't know for sure where we are, I'm not sure. I think black is the... black might be land masses? I don't know. That's solid ice, that's kind of ice that we might be able to go through? I don't know. Okay, so much for that. Castle. Pet the dog, pet the dog. Well, let's pet the dogs. Why not, huh? Bark back at it. Ruffle its fur. Rub its belly. Pat its back. Okay. He's having another shift. Lefty. Guy at the steering wheel. Now we some more requests. Catland appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Should we wait or start? As always. Oh, shutters. What the hell? Oh, crap. I guess we're stuck, are we? There you go. Examine the problem. What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at the ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures. As if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. I'm sure the mole man has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving in before you know it. Back to work. Okay. Kasha. Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. Didn't hit anything, did we? Have you seen Hunt? Not since this morning. He was going to speak with Grimley about the lifeboats, last I heard. Sent to the lower deck, okay. Pumps. Seems damaged. Swan tin food. A live crate tins from the shelf. Lift probably. descend to the lower deck. There's Grimley, coal bunker, and at the boiler room. Okay, let's talk to Grimley. Ship's stuck then. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. How? Didn't cross paths. Don't ask me. I'm going to check with my brother. That was odd. Bunker. Take coal. And sack of coal. Lift sack of cats. Let's send and the boiler room. Approach the two men. What's that? Leave. Aye. If I've made errors any, I tell you, it's secured. Don't you worry. I notice you. Sure you're aware of the situation. An impressive machine, this spoiler. I shall keep us steady, no doubt. Be grateful we have it. I am ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in the sudden commotion. And I told you that if it was, you'd already know. Not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man. Just a pair of engineers assistants. Just looking at the number of valves. This seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It will hold, trust me. I will. Well, I will have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on this ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate's here. But where's the one who got us into this bloody mess? I was hoping that Templeton knew. I was informed by one of the Stokes that I had just missed him. But I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself, too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gets a nod. I believe you, and they both owe our good captain a visit. Sean, not before we've fed this furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Sean? Are you afraid of dirty hands like Mr. Templeton over here? Haha. Speak to the mole man. How can I get in this? Coal goes in, we stay alive. Really is that simple. We got one. Bring orders. There you go. Let's leave it. Can I? No. Just pick up one. Send to the middeck. You're merged middeck. You find the crew readying themselves for dinner. Okay, well. They don't seem worried at all. What will be today? Keep the hush quiet. This is 20, right? Thinking this was the Monkey Island theme. He isn't in his cabin, is he? So where else could it be? Where else could he be? You're in the middle of something, okay. So yeah, guess we'll go end the day, right? That was odd. Oh, they're all gone? No. Nothing more to do. crew have their meal. Dinner is shared. Crew return to the posts. Hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You didn't see him either? Junior. He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What are you thinking, Hunt? Okay, so what now? There's nothing to do. Kasha again. No sign of Hunt, I take it. Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Phew. Kurt. Crap. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, Shaw. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt's holed himself up inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, we'd be willing to lend a hand. Oh, he's in the top there. I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? Maybe he's gone overboard? At this point, leave the man. I will handle matters. He has to be in here. Check under his desk. I highly doubt he's cowering beneath the table, Sean. Harr! Captain's lull rings out from behind the door. Captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You're a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing that this is your ship. Ha! I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join. Hunt shakes the whiskey bottle as he holds it out, the liquid slushing and spilling from the top. What of you, Shaw? I can't tempt you with some sweet nectar. I don't drink. And you don't care to humor me this once? Ah, well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out. What do you mean this isn't your ship? Bought at an auction. Not by myself. Imagine that, captain of a private vessel, and I don't even own it. Pathetic. Mr. Hunt. Captain. If you're not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we will continue in the morning. And abandon my duty. No captain who would do that is a fit captain. Wouldn't you agree? Well, not you. Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? What you have been doing on your behalf? Making the difficult choices, definitely. Choices nobody else wants to make. But sobriety for starters is also nice. Let's go for making the difficult choices nobody else wants to make. Do you think you could live with yourself? They all act like the choice is the difficult part. The choice is easy, Shaw. Instinctual. It's not being able to sleep after. That's what they never prepare you for. But I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for in a word, then. What makes a leader? That's... yeah, that's interesting. Understanding. Sheer willpower, is it? If you got the mind to do something, then all the rest of you will be able to do it. Control? I don't know. What control? Understanding could be. If you understand whatever comes in front of you, then you might be able to react to your advantage, but I would say willpower. Willpower. Explain. Change yourself to extend your perceived limitations. Power to make the decision that will last with you. To press forward no matter the circumstances. To never give up. And if your crew submits before you, I don't think they'd appreciate being pushed forward in a hopeless situation. You can look to someone always pressing on against all odds and call that bravery. Others would call it fatal stubbornness. If one's to die, they'd prefer it be with their boots off, lying in bed with a full belly. Would a good leader deny them that? Speaking platitudes, but do you no good. Good leader is something more than a single rule you were told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You have wasted enough time penning philosophical. Oh, my apologies. I'll ask the real question. Shaw, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I have no doubt we will. Well, I suppose someone has to carry fate with them. The captain laughed. Shaw, nobody knows we're out here. It doesn't leave this room. No. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough. If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should not have agreed to it. You should be. None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You were just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our doctor, her. And there's me. What of you? Hunt lost himself, his head dripping low. Templeton opens the door. The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I wish to know more. It's all right, Robin. Okay. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be all right here. Captain Nuts needs to sleep. It would appear the pressures of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear ahead and we will continue on the morn. Okay, should we do another day? Let's see how far we can get. One would think Hunt would be taking action at a time like this. Instead, the man has grilled himself within his club office. An odd one. Let's keep the dogs happy. Things head south. Definitely need them to stay alive. Wake to a room awash with green. There's a loud bang on your door, and a familiar voice speaks from the wood. Hammond. Shaw, are you there? Oh boy. Shaw. And who's... Well, Hammond, what's going on? Why is everything green? Never mind the green. The boiler's in serious trouble. Pumps need manned and we need to stop the whole system overheating. And I don't need to tell you, if the furnace goes, we go. I don't know. We will leave Hunt for now. Lead the way then. We don't have a moment to spare. Acta non verba. We need to find the captain now. Okay, he said it. Not ourselves. That's good. Ooh, this looks fancy. Oh. Kasha rushes up, holding the camera tight as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? That Aurora. It's a shot I can't miss. Crazy. Kasha steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. Okay, that's brave. Ooh. The lights of the Aurora flicker over the pale eyes. Damn beautiful. Okay, Kit's gone. Oh no. Speak to Templeton. Templeton, nothing. Visibly perturbed. He takes a moment to compose himself. Templeton. Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seen barely fit to crawl himself to bed earlier. What? Hammond turns to you. Alright, Shaw. Captain's missing. You're in charge. Can't give up on Hunt that easily. I bloody well can. He missed his chance to take the reins. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room now. We've already wasted enough time looking for the bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you'll be doing is inciting a panic. Need to calm the fears of the crew, maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them we know how to remedy this matter. You do know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond? Aye. And we need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. Got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw's in charge. The decision is yours. Now it's getting interesting. Now it's getting interesting. Damn, what do we do? Love to head to the boiler, but I think he's right with the crew. But the panic, I don't know. I mean, they are all professional sailors. Come on, let's get to them. Let's get to action. Can't waste any more time. The boiler won't wait for us. Keep the crew at bay. Come on, don't worry about him. Let's go. They're in this situation first time, so I would say understand what's happening. Descend below deck. As the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, whispers begin. Decorum, okay. Soon the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Speak to Kurt. Boiler trouble, I take it. I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking with a cane. You're not. I have enough strength to. Go tell the crew to hit the lower decks as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. You sent the letter. Ahead you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Same, door stuck. Pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. Can you help us? Metal door unsticks. Grimly looks to you before dating off into the dark. Here's the bloody idiot running off to sound the alarm. Bloody hell. Let's get moving. To the bottom. Roger, to introduce some grip. This steam begins to shoot up, causing him to dash home. Watch it. Tackles the engine into the ground, saving him from the nasty steam. Just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping to avoid the water hammer. Or we won't be making it out the ship. Sean, rest of the crew out here. Grab the valve and start turning. Grab the valve and turn, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. With the egg and the hospitals, check the first valve, keeping the pressures at bay. Burning rumbles and spots, raging fuel. Keep turning, do the best you can to keep the pressures at bay. Keep this for hours. Shit, less than Wow. Okay. Well, let's make it half. I don't know. I don't want to get to 0 right now. Temperance is safe from singing. The aurora passes, leaving only the bright light and white. Oh boy. Week 4. 1 week at Temperance camp. Alone, the captain's cabin. Out across deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Temperance slips in through the door. Shaw. Still no sign of Hunt? I'm afraid not. Rufus Hunt is missing. Ex-crew decreased to 24. Hunt is still missing. He isn't alone on that regard. Wait, what? Sinister and Gren are also unaccounted for. As is a sizable food and fuel supply, and one of the larger lifeboats. Shaw, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here. How's the rest of the crew? They're confused, scared. Former captain's along with us. You understand what that means, Shaw? I would care for you to enlighten me. A new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. And how do I argue for that role? Your presence in the face of Hunt's absence is an argument in itself. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. That carpenter, grimly, he's still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are like to support you as well. I am unsure where the engineers will send. They're likely loyal to their pay. John is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working to our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all is said and done, you will just about make the vote. How can you be so sure? I cannot, but it is a measured risk. They're waiting outside, Sean. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on its way. Even if the Temperance falls, we still have a potential escape. 35 weeks. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks. We should focus on surviving that long. That is all we need to do, Captain. Soon the rescue ship will come. I can assure it. Our benefactor will ensure it. 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. You should have this. The fancy looking hat. Hunt's hat. Who left it behind in his cabin? That tells us what we need, doesn't it? What about you? Don't you wish to be captain? That is not my burden to bear. Won't be needing that. I don't know. Wouldn't feel right, would it? Take another man's head? Turn that down. The commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. Scientist refrains for a moment. Out with it, Templeton. I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. I won't lie to them, Templeton. Leaders lie. Get used to it. Crew are waiting for you on deck. Oh no. We won't lie. Last place you saw Captain Hunt. There's still drops of whiskey. Frozen, yeah. Hunt's ledger is gone. Saved game to 3. So here we are, right? Steam burn. That sucks. hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back out into the open air. You notice the absence of John. Crew members notice you and stop. The attention ripples across the deck. Attention. It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. The clear choice is first mate. And what of Hunt? I did not see him among us, do you? Don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. Now someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw. Start voting process. John, abstain. May his steam burned. Loyal to you. Okay, scientists. Loyal to you. Probably as well. Junior Stoke. Shoot. Okay. Loyal to Hammond, okay. Loyal to Cordell. Wow, okay. I was somewhat expecting that, but yeah. That was pretty close. You've been confirmed as the captain of the expedition. Well, the eyes have it. Shaw shall be acting as captain from this point forward, acting in Captain Hunt's stead. Crowd look to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. Moment passes in the cool as they await your next words. Curious mornings scattering between the crew. Those who don't know me, I am Robin Shaw. As they look to you, it's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew member's mouth. Where is Captain Hunt? It is unclear at the moment. Captain Hunt is dead. The crowd immediately cuts to silence. They look to Templeton. Some back to you after. He's not dead. He abandoned us. He and the missing crew were lost last night, along with one of the ship's lifeboats. We have no bodies. Silence hangs in the air. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. I know you're all scared. Nope. Question of loyalty. Nobody speaks up in protest. It's on me to keep us alive. I won't be giving up on that. The crowd began to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with questions thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still pay? Set my piece on this. Get on with your work. We'll have to rely on each other out here. We can't afford to stand at each other's throats. Together we're stronger than the elements. Divided we're weak, but together we're stronger than the elements. Ooh, that's a cool line. What we're signed up for. Stick with me, and I will see us through. What of those lost, Captain? For now, we must worry about ourselves, and more so will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. The crowd displays returning to the rules aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He nods. Not back, ignore him. Don't ever undermine me like that again. Of course, Captain. Okay. And that will be it for now, I would say. Not sure how long the demo continues, but yeah. I think that it's really enough for a first look inside. So yeah, very, very interesting and exciting story. I would love to see how it's going on. Not sure how long the demo continues, but yeah. Much to read, but cool characters, a cool story. Never heard that very often. And yeah, a very nice setting. The visuals are nice, the atmosphere, the music. Very, very fitting. And yeah, I might watch this and see when the full version comes out. I think it's not that far away. But yeah, so yeah, that was The Pale Beyond. If you like what you saw, I'll put the link in the description below. You can wish this on Steam, or yeah, follow it, and you get all the updates that will be coming out by this of this game, and you'll get notice once it's released. And yeah, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to see you again the next time. And until then, I wish you a very nice day. See you then. Bye bye.